Many people with cancer will feel worried or anxious about their situation. Feeling frightened and anxious is a natural reaction to an uncertain situation. Not knowing what is going to happen may make you feel irritable, angry and frightened. Feeling that some of us have control over our lives makes us feel secure. This allows us to enjoy the things we do and make plans for the future. Being diagnosed with cancer can take away from that feeling of security. It can make you feel uncertain about what will happen, but if it affects your ability to cope with day-to-day life, help may be needed. Symptoms of anxiety may include not being able to concentrate, irritability, being easily distracted, restless, and a constant feeling of dread. You may also have physical symptoms, including tense muscles, feeling short of breath, feeling dizzy, sweating, having a dry mouth, being unable to sleep, feeling tired or digestive problems. This video will help you to understand anxiety and panic attacks and the difference between the two.
This is Joseph. His mind is constantly racing, and it's racing with negative thoughts. He worries about everything, from saying the wrong thing to a friend, to wondering if he will lose his cell phone, to questioning if he is eating healthily enough. He also thinks about the bigger problems, like if his daughter is safe at school or how to make sure that she has a good future. These may seem like typical worries that everyone has, but for Joseph, they consume his life and he is in constant anxiety and fear. Caroline also worries quite frequently. She is in a high-stress job that demands a lot of her time. She is also a parent. The worry and stress are natural, but sometimes she becomes overwhelmed and breaks down, becoming ill for a short period of time. Joseph and Caroline both decide it is high time to go and see a doctor. They want to better understand and help put an end to these unwanted feelings. The doctor tells Joseph he has been diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, also known as GAD, while Caroline was diagnosed with panic disorder. Before the diagnosis, they never knew the difference between the two. GAD and panic disorder are both anxiety disorders with unique differences. GAD is a mental condition that is characterized by excessive and uncontrollable worry about everyday life events and the future. Panic disorder is characterized by panic attacks that can occur for seemingly no reason at all. They both can also happen during or directly after a traumatic event. There is not one single cause for GAD. It is believed to be caused by a complex interaction of genetics, brain chemistry, personality factors, and the environment in which the afflicted were raised. Traumatic experiences and stressful life events can also trigger a person to develop GAD. The symptoms for GAD are as follows: constant high levels of worry about everyday things or things that do not normally warrant anxiety. Inability to let go of your worries even if you know they are irrational or unrealistic. Feeling restless, irritable, or on edge. Problems concentrating. Problems with sleep, either difficulty getting enough sleep or sleeping too much. Being easily frightened or startled. People with GAD may also experience the following physical symptoms: high levels of tension in your muscles, regular headaches and nausea, low levels of energy or constant fatigue, increased sweating, trembling or heart rate. Panic disorder is defined as having recurring and regular panic attacks, often without any apparent cause. Panic attacks bring about a sudden rush of intense fear and panic, whereas general anxiety disorder is a slowly increasing and constant feeling of apprehension and unease about both the present and the future. Signs of a panic attack are intense feelings of panic and stress, trembling and shaking, sweating, increased heart rate, difficulty breathing, numbness or tingling in hands and feet, feeling dizzy or lightheaded, chest pain, feeling unreal or detached from yourself. Due to the terrifying nature of a panic attack and the feelings of pain in the chest area, many people experiencing them for the first time think they are having a heart attack or that their life is in danger. An attack can last from a few minutes to an hour, and after it's over, some people recover quickly and never experience another. Others may start to have them more regularly, and the experience can be so frightening that they constantly worry about when the next one will occur. The symptoms of general anxiety disorder and panic disorder can successfully be reduced or controlled using medication. For GAD, therapy and counseling can be helpful in becoming aware when your worries are unrealistic or exaggerated, along with instilling positive thoughts instead of negative ones. For panic disorder, medication and therapy can help manage symptoms so that you can calm yourself down when you feel an attack is coming on. Anxiety disorders can affect anyone, no matter how strong or successful. Getting treatment for anxiety does not mean admitting weakness, but means choosing to live life on your own terms without letting those worries hold you back. If you know someone who struggles with anxiety, telling them to stop worrying or to get over it will not help. Oftentimes, they know that they are overreacting and behaving irrationally. However, the fear, panic, and feelings of anxiety are still very real. Don't judge, and let them know that you are there to support them without adding any additional pressure. Simply spending time with them and showing that you value them despite their anxiety will have a bigger effect than you can imagine. This video is supported by BetterHelp, which is a website where you can talk to one of over 2,000 licensed therapists right away. If you use the link in the description, you will get a 7-day free trial, and you will really help us make more videos for people who are facing difficult life challenges. Thank you for watching.
When you have cancer, you may feel sad at times. You may feel this way at diagnosis, during or after treatment. This is normal, and for most people, these feelings of sadness go away. But for some people, a low mood may continue or get worse. This may mean they have depression and need help or treatment to be able to cope. Depression is common and can be caused by different things, or may be related to the cancer, or it may happen for other reasons. It can be difficult to know whether you are sad and worried about the cancer or whether you have depression. Sometimes other people notice your symptoms and suggest that you might need help. Symptoms of depression are different for each person. They can include feeling low in mood or sad most of the time, losing interest in things you used to enjoy, like your hobbies or social life, changes in sleeping, eating or concentration, feeling helpless or vulnerable, problems starting or finishing tasks, thinking about self-harm or suicide. This video shows a range of people who have been diagnosed with cancer, sharing their own personal experiences of depression.
My name's Alfred Cook, I'm 66 years of age and I'm suffering with prostate cancer. When I was first diagnosed with cancer, I just couldn't believe it. And so your body just accepts it, but then the following day and the following morning when I woke and I thought, oh dear, what's wrong with me? And then subsequent mornings from there on, it took me a lot to get going and a lot to come to terms with what was really wrong with me. Depression is a very dark thing, it's a very personal thing, it's a thing that is very hard to explain. You lose interest in everything, you lose your appetite. Just nothing seems to give you a lift anymore, and you wonder why, because you know it should do. Depression is taboo with a lot of people because basically they don't understand it. They think if you're fed up, you're depressed. Being fed up is nothing to do with depression whatsoever. Once you're in this bubble, it's a job to get out of it, it's a job to see out of it, and it's a job to explain to anyone who's never experienced depression. It's very important to talk to other people, especially people that know about depression. It's very important to come to Macmillan. You can talk to those there because all of them will understand that this depression is part of your cancer, it's part of your side effects. It is a very, very prominent side effect with a lot of people, more so than others. After speaking to the psychologist at Macmillan, I realised that I wasn't on my own with this depression feeling, you know, with having cancer. It was all explained to me very, very clearly, very plainly, that it would go away. And indeed, I'm feeling lots better due to the advice that I've had. The first problem I wanted to get sorted out was the early morning depression that I suffered. So I spoke to the psychologist and found out that fatigue and depression is quite normal, with this condition that I have. My health has improved. I do a lot of walking. I do about 9 miles a week, 3 miles at a time, but fast walking and jogging. And when I come in from that, the depression has gone. Another thing with depression is you must keep yourself busy. You must keep your mind occupied. Try and stop thinking about yourself. It's no good at all. Even small tasks, washing up, cleaning up, gardening, washing your van, anything to keep your mind off the depression. I take a light antidepressant pill once a day. Whether this is helping me or not, I don't know really, but I still take it, but I don't like to think I'm reliant on tablets. Anyone suffering in the same way as I do, the best way out is to go to Macmillan, ask for help. The volunteer will point you in the direction of which specialist you need. If you need your depression sorting out, the psychologist is there to help you. And believe me, you're not on your own. They understand fully where you're coming from, and they're the ones to see. You've really, really got to go and see them, because without them, it's even more difficult to do on your own. And with Macmillan, you're not alone. They know all about what you're going through.
For information, help, or if you just want to chat, call the Macmillan support line on 0808 808 0000 or visit macmillan.org.uk.